Good morning, students of class 7th. So today we are going to learn poem that is Against Idleness and Mischief, written by Isaac Watts, and How Doth the Little Crocodile, written by Lewis Carroll. Isaac Watts was an English hymn writer, theologian, and logician. He has written more than 650 hymns, many of which have been translated into several languages. So here goes the poem Against Idleness and Mischief. How doth the little busy bee improve each shining hour and gather honey all the day from every opening flower? How skillfully she builds her cell, how neatly she spreads the wax, and labors hard to store it well with the sweet food she makes. Summary. Here, the author wonders how does a small honeybee collects honey from the flowers and also thinks about the hard work of the honeybee in the busy schedule. The female honeybee carefully constructs the cell inside the honeycomb. She neatly spreads the wax, gather honey from the flower. So, in this poem, actually, the poet describes how the little busy bee uses each and every hour of the bright day and gathers honey all day long from every flower that opens. She builds the cell of her hive with great skill and neatly spreads the wax. Okay, she works hard to store it with plenty of sweet honey that she makes. And the central theme of Against Idleness and Mischief is that hard work is important because it is the key to staying out of trouble. The busy bee is like the idle individual, hardworking, as she collects honey from the flowers and builds wax cells to store it. The speaker says that he would also be busy like the bee, warning that Satan finds some mischief still for idle hands to do. The busy bee is constantly occupied, means she's occupied and she is so busy, and therefore she has no time to sit idle, and therefore no time to do mischievous things. So, by following the speaker's example, good children can do the same if they want to stay out of trouble. So, in short, the purpose of this poem was to give children the value of diligence and ceaseless effort, to encourage children to learn from the example of the busy bee and put each hour of the day to use. In short, the theme of this poem is hard work and efforts are virtues. Lewis Carroll. He was the pseudonym of Charles Lytwood Dodgson. His most famous work are Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and its sequel Through the Looking Glass. Carroll used parodies of many famous poems and puzzles in his work. How doth the little crocodile? How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the water of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spread his claws, and welcome little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. Here, the crocodile by the poet tells very briefly of a crocodile who sneakily attracts small fishes and then swallows them with a big smile on his face. So this poem, it takes us through some of the attributes that is particularly in a crocodile or that the crocodile displays. What is that attributes? They are deception and cunning. Means it shows that how he smiles cheerfully, basks in the sun, washes the scale on his body, and open his claws as if welcoming fish to his arms. Now, the theme of this poem, it is to draw our attention towards the various people that surrounds us or that are in the world who outwardly seem very friendly but wait for an opportunity to strike at innocent people who may be unaware of their real malicious intentions. So, the poet is warning us to be very careful while dealing with others and not get carried away by their sweet smile and attractive looks. Means you should not get carried away by peoples who are coming towards us with their sweet smiles and attractive looks. So basically, these two poems, the purpose of this poem, the second one, that is How Doth the Little Crocodile, it was for the entertainment purpose, and the first I have told you, it was the purpose to give children the value of hard work and diligence. Okay, and this poem is actually a parody. It is a humorous parody. And there is a wide contrast between the first and the second poem, that is the against idleness and mischief and how doth the little crocodile, because in the first one we can see the busy bee is building its hive and diligently storing sweet honey, and in the second one, this is how doth the little crocodile, the sly crocodile is pretending to smile and opening its jaws to trap fish, and this gives rise to the humor. So, this was about this chapter, the poem. Thank you and have a nice day.